Volume. Welcome to Mark's Math Methods. Volume. Some basic shapes. A rectangular solid or box, a cylinder or can, sphere or ball. Volume. Think of the liquid you can put into the shape. Think of the liquid you can put into the shape, which differs from perimeter, which was fence line, or area, which was the grass. So for a rectangular solid, volume is length times width times height. For a cylinder, the volume is pi times radius squared times height. And for a sphere, the formula is 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. So watch this. Let's take a rectangular solid and a cylinder. Volume is length times width times height. Pi r squared h. Notice that the area of the base, length times width, or pi r squared, is multiplied times the height. So there's the base, length times width, and pi r squared, and both of them are multiplied times the height. So if I stretch the base through the height, I get the volume. If I stretch the base through the height, I get the volume. Now for the rectangular solid, I could stretch the right edge all the way across to the left, or I could stretch the front face all the way to the back. So there's several ways you could do the rectangular solid, but the cylinder is the circle part times stretched through the height. Some other shapes: a rectangular base pyramid or a circular base pyramid. Oh, well, that's interesting. Look at the formulas. Notice that they're 1/3 of the previous ones. So the pyramid is 1/3 of the rectangular solid, and the circular pyramid is 1/3 of the cylinder. Because the other part of the formula is the same. Interesting. See, there's the rectangle, and you can see that it's smaller, and the cylinder, you can see that the volume is smaller. It happens to be 1/3. I know you don't believe me. So let's start with a rectangle and fill it with water. And now we'll take a pyramid and drop it in, and you can see the water overflows because I can't have two things occupying the same space. And as I pull it out, we'll see that only 2/3 of the water is left. Therefore, the rectangular pyramid is only 1/3 of the volume. That empty space on top was made up by the pyramid. You could try this at home. Make sure you use a pan with lips on the end so the water doesn't spill out everywhere. Here's a volume problem. What is the volume of the shape shown? So it looks like a rectangular solid of length 5, width of 2, and height of 4. Write out the formula. Length times width times height. Plug in the numbers. 5, 2, and 4. And then chug out the answer. 40 cubic feet. Here's another one. It's the volume of this shape using pi as 3.14. Well, we write the formula, 1/3 pi r squared h. Because remember, it's 1/3 of the cylinder, which is pi r squared h, so 1/3 of that. I prefer to write it pi r squared h over 3, but you can use it either way as a formula. Plug in the numbers, pi times radius squared times height all over 3. And then you check out your answer. So 4 squared is 16, multiply the top, 301.44, and then finally divide by 3. Centimeters cubed. Volume is always cubed. So here's a final volume problem. What is the volume of the shape shown? Use pi as 3.14, round to the nearest hundredth. So it looks like a sphere or ball of radius 5. So we write out the formula. Volume is 4/3 pi r cubed, or as I prefer, 4 pi r cubed over 3. Plug in the numbers. Pi is 3.14 and the radius was 5. And then chug out the answer. So 5 cubed is 125. So I multiply the top, 4 times 3.14 times 125 is 1570. Divided by the 3, 523.3333333333, and rounding to the nearest hundredth, which is 2 decimal places, is 523.33 centimeters cubed. I hope the presentation was helpful. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment. And if you have any problem types you'd like me to demonstrate, there's my address.